Welcome to another Saturday night. Got it right this time, and taking it to the nub. I'm your host, Boston Jimmie, and tonight we have a second time guest on. I'm bringing back Brothers Smokin Stogies, specifically husband wife team Ali and Heather Howell. And about 3 years ago, we had them on when they were first coming on the scene. They've gone through some things in their lives, and they're continuing to grow their company. Most recently, I've met up with them at a variety of different events in 2025. Most recently at the TPA Expo down in South Florida. So we're going to bring them in just a moment, and we're going to be talking all about what's new with Brothers Smokin Stogies. And if you've never heard of them, you'll learn a little bit about the company too. We don't want to repeat everything we did before, but we'll get into anything. If you got any questions, please put them up there. We'll be monitoring the phone here and seeing what's going on. So with that, let's give a little shout out to our sponsor team, because without them, this show is always a little harder to do.
Is brought to you by Casa Cuevas Cigars. In the 19th century, Juan Cuevas, Spanish immigrant from Santander, began what was to be a family business which now spans 4 generations. Like others fortunate enough to live and work in Pinar del Rio province of Cuba, Juan commenced cultivating tobacco, turning it into a successful business. Years later, in the Ciabo Valley of the Dominican Republic, Luis Cuevas Sr., Juan Jr.'s son, carried on the family tradition of handcrafting fine cigars in the family's cigar factory, Tabacalera Las Lavas. Today, Luis Sr. is joined by his son Luis Jr. in the manufacturing and sale of premium long filler cigars. So check out Casa Cuevas Cigars at www.casacuevascigars.com and on their Instagram and Facebook channels.
Catelli Cigars is back. The past few years brought many questions and changes to the cigar industry. In the wake of all uncertainty, Catelli Cigars decided to take a break and try their hand in the retail side of cigars. With 2 shops under their belt, first Riverside Cigar Bar, and now the Catelli Cigar Lounge in Vero Beach, Florida, they are now more educated in the retail and the wholesale sides of the cigar business. During this time, they received many inquiries about their cigars returning to the market. Making the difficult decision to take a break from their brand was eased knowing that when the time was right, Catelli would be back, and now they are. Catelli is excited to bring their first release, the Catelli Box Air, back to market. The Box Air, a rich box-pressed San Andreas Mexican Maduro with a Nicaraguan binder and filler, come in Box Air's 3 original sizes, Robusto, Toro, and Gordo. You can check out Catelli Cigars at catellicigars.com. And also check out their Facebook and Instagram pages. Ali and Heather.
Hello.
It's a family affair.
How you doing, Jimmie?
Good, man. It's like I haven't seen you in forever.
I know, right?
It's been a minute.
We had a pretty good time down there in Wellington or wherever it
Oh
was.
Wellington,
yeah.
yes, we did.
Yeah. It was
And
fun.
what I liked is that you actually had the biggest
We
booth of them
go
all.
big or go home.
Yep. That's
You
how we
didn't,
We
you
brought
didn't
the
you
tent.
didn't pull any punches on that one. Say, we're coming in. Here's our booth. Here's our
We
tent.
were local too, well, fairly local, so it
Yeah.
was easier for us than those who came in from out of state, but yeah, we wanted to showcase our tent.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that event? You have a good time there, and you
We
We did.
did. We did. It,
connections.
it gave us a chance to meet people that we only had conversations with online. It kind of just was a great opportunity just to connect, build together, and just be around others in the community.
Yeah, that's like the food.
Yeah. Yep.
Food
Exactly.
was food wasn't bad. I had I think that sausage and peppers were probably the highlight of my day when it came to the food.
I think the only downside was all the rain.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it is Florida. We get rain all the time,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
and it's July.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
the rain with the wind and the mini, I think we had like a mini like spout that popped up, or it was a little something or other that because
Something
it
happened,
tore
yeah.
those tents down, man.
And
Those
flying
chairs went
around.
flying.
Yeah.
Good time. Good times.
I think we
Absolutely.
packed up our tent right on time
Hmm.
because it would have flown away with the other tents.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. What are you smoking from your portfolio tonight?
So tonight I'm actually smoking our Trust and Loyalty.
Okay.
One of this was actually the second one I designed, came up with, and one of my favorites. They're all my favorites, but right now this is one that has been one that my taste buds has been asking for the past month. So I've been going to it. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm smoking the Unity and Kinship.
Nice,
Uh,
nice.
and one of the things I do note on your cigars is you got some very you know, you use some interesting tobaccos in here.
Yeah.
Um, like this one here, I know you're using a Seiko IT13. What is a Seiko IT13?
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. When Ish, who's my blender, breaks down the tobacco, I absorb so much, and some of it I can't. And do you remember some of the things you said about the Seiko?
I know that one's gonna be what you're getting when and I'm learning, so be patient with me. This is a passion I'm trying to learn all about. But that one is bringing like the smoothness and any of the aromatics that you're smelling with this cigar. That is what that one is contributing to the unity and kinship.
Oh, I see. Okay. It's got a nice starting once it gets past the initial pepper bursting in my
Right.
nose, um there's a sweetness developing right now on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so
and
you
that one too, the sweetness.
Mm.
If I could just jump in here for a minute and showcase what I've learned, would be the binder too, the Olor Dominicano with the sweetness and the binder.
yeah, that sometimes the Olars tend to give me a bit more of the floral note,
Okay.
but I can see the sweetness with floral too. We had this discussion the other day on a panel on a cigar we were smoking, and I was like, there was floral, there was sweetness, and then I suddenly got honey, and then I was like, well, isn't that what nectar is? It's
Right.
honey and sweetness.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
nectar, sweetness makes honey. I don't know, something like that. And
Yeah.
that was what I was developing on the palate was this honey note coming
Okay.
through. I don't know if you've had that on a cigar, but
I
that's a
have. I have.
pleasurable note.
It is. It is. And the thing about that cigar, like I said, we like to create cigars for our smokers. A lot of people, they create cigars that they like, which is nothing wrong with that, like what they personally like. We do, but we believe in trying to get things out there that our customers would like. So that one came up with the idea of we were coming across so many people who wanted to get into smoking cigars. They just didn't know where to go. So we designed that one I think that's a great first cigar for somebody. It's not overwhelming. It's not too weak at the same time. So someone like you and I who've been smoking for decades can enjoy it, but somebody who's smoking for the first time would actually be able to enjoy it. And I think it's a great introduction into smoking cigars.
Now, how do you bring that to a new cigar smoker who maybe doesn't understand a lot about the makeup of the cigar, and they see this dark wrapper
Yeah,
coming through, and they're
yeah,
like, "Oh," because that's the first thing people do, and we always
yep,
have to educate, especially our new consumers,
yeah,
that sometimes dark means sweet,
yes,
doesn't mean in my
exactly.
gonna kill me, too heavy kind of thing. How do
Right.
you approach them by saying that this would be a perfect, good starting cigar for you?
Actually, half of what you just said is what I kind of present to them. So when they come up to us and they ask about it, one thing that we tell them is don't always be afraid of a dark cigar. It's not the leaf that makes it strong all the time. It's the combination, it's how it's rolled, it's how it's prepared because rolling cigars is a science. So we just let them know this is going to be a little bit sweeter, not sweet like candy, but it's not going to have that harshness that you would get out of a Maduro. And I try to be honest with you, it kind of depends on who I'm talking to because I'm more of I read body. I study body language. So depending on who I'm talking to will determine how much information I need to give them, if that makes sense. So, but I try to make sure they understand this is something you're going to enjoy. It's not going to overwhelm you. It's not going to hit you like a hammer. Don't be afraid of it, and you're good. And we always get people coming back. Those same
Yeah.
people come back and like, well, let me get five more. So obviously doing something right.
You say you like to read body language. I also know that you have a number of degrees,
Yes.
okay? And I think you got a master's degree in human resources
Yeah.
and a master's degree in something else related to psychology. So
Yeah.
you understand the psychology of people better than a lot of people do, probably.
I'm good at what I do. Yeah. So I was introduced to it in the Army. Started off with forensics. Then
Mhm.
when I got out and trying to find my way, the love for psychology really just kept pulling at me. So I got into clinical psychology.
Ah,
Then I got into IO psychology because I love organization. I love creating things from nothing. And the match of psychology itself merged together. Love it. It's my
yeah.
passion.
Put that together with your marketing and all of this, and
Yeah,
it's put your storylines together. Yeah, when I
exactly.
was in college, studied engineering, but you always had to take those elective classes, and I took abnormal psych. I loved abnormal psych. I
Yeah,
think I found myself in that book.
yeah, yeah.
I always
Same
tell
here.
them. But it was such a fun study. It was almost like taking that class was like going to what it was. I wouldn't say it was like watching horror movies, but you
Right.
begin to see a different world when
Mhm.
you understand what the brain is doing to some people and why it happens.
Right. Right.
And it's just a sad thing, but
It
it's
is. And the thing is, like with our students, because I'm also a professor, I teach psychology in a way for people to know how to navigate through life, not, well, here are the vocabulary words, here's this. Because if you're not going to be a psychologist, you don't need to know all that, you know? So I love teaching it.
which applies back to cigars by teaching our consumers
Right.
about the cigars. Um, so since the last time we spoke, I mean, yeah, I think these were pretty much in the portfolio back then, right?
Back then, we only had the two. By the time, when we did our first one, we just had the strength and respect and the loyalty, the
Trust
trust and
and
loyalty.
loyalty.
So since then, we've created the one you're smoking, which is the Unity and Kinship, the Spitter Decor, and
The lazy
the
uncle.
Lazy Uncle. The story.
Ooh, this is one I don't. Okay, hold on a second. So I know this one. Okay, and I know that one.
Yes.
That's the trust and loyalty.
Yeah.
Right. There was the red band.
Right.
Strength and
That's the
respect.
strength and respect.
That was the original.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
There was also Better Than Cuban, right?
Yes. We have our BTC. Yes.
Okay, so those are the ones that I remember.
Okay.
Now let's go to what I don't know.
Gotcha,
Which
gotcha.
the show should be about.
The
What
lazy,
don't I know that I haven't seen?
it would be the
And
lazy.
why wasn't it in the bag that I bought at TPA?
You know what? I owe you an apology because I'm surprised I didn't put a lazy uncle in there for you. So
Lazy uncle.
the
Sounds
story
like
behind the lazy uncle, I am not going to call out the brand because I don't do that. But I'm at a lounge and a friend wanted to meet up, and it was at a lounge that they don't carry my cigars. So I'm like, you know what? I haven't smoked such and such in a long time. Let me get one of said cigar. So as I'm smoking, and Heather looks at me and says, "How is it?" I said, "It's okay. You know, it's a cigar that when you're smoking it and you're having a conversation, it fills the time. It's not a bad cigar." And then we started getting into a conversation, and the people that we were with said, "The only problem I have with your cigars is when I sit down to smoke, I don't want to get up, so I end up being late for things." That is actually, we've had a lot of customers say that, like we've made them late for things because when they start our cigars, they want to finish it. So I said, let me come up with the
okay, they want to
cigar.
finish it. I knocked them on their ass.
Right. You know, so I was like, let me come up with a cigar that you can just pick up if you're mowing the yard, if you're doing something, you don't want to pay attention to the cigar itself. And in the process of doing that, it became a lot of people's favorites. So I guess I still didn't achieve the goal of just an average cigar.
Yeah, we wanted it to be like just one of those sit back and relax, like
Yeah.
your lazy uncle, like that, that one uncle that you
Yeah.
have, right? So you can just sit back and read and chat. And we have one of our customers,
Mhm.
he like wants to be our official lazy uncle
Ambassador.
ambassadors. And when he travels, he's got the Hawaiian shirt thing
Yeah.
going, the lawn chair, and he's always sending us pictures of him being,
Yeah.
I think actually in Ybor, he showed up and just exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
And sat next to our tent with the lazy uncle. And he was like, this is what I do. He's got
Yeah.
the lazy uncle, and yep.
Yeah.
So he loves that one.
So what's the price point on a lazy uncle?
The lazy uncle is only $10, because like I said,
You were trying to make kind of an average cigar.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's just something that I think no matter what, and I'll make sure I send you one. I'm gonna have to just mail you a couple. Where when you go to smoke it, you're gonna want to just sit back and relax. It's just chill, and it's a decent sized smoke.
What do you do if you're not sitting down and relax? I guess I just trying to understand my cigaring. Am I missing something? Am I supposed to be doing something other than sitting and relaxing?
Do stuff.
Yeah.
I guess they want to mow their lawn.
Yeah.
They want to.
I'm that
Oh,
guy.
you want to? You're talking Gar cigar. Nah, that's
Yeah.
different.
Want to go do stuff.
Yeah. I'm the guy who gets on my lawnmower, gets the cigar. I'll have like 3 of them while I'm mowing the yard, just driving around. Yeah.
That's right. Be careful when you got dogs in your yard.
No,
Okay, because they got to be careful when you drop your cigar, you pick up the wrong thing.
I know. I've heard stories.
Is this not?
Not a cigar.
What would you say is your
Okay,
favorite?
what's the blend? What's the blend in the Lazy Uncle?
I got that one.
Okay.
Let me try.
All right.
Okay, so that one is a Criollo 98 filler with Seco Piloto Cubano, HBA how do you say that one?
Mio Tempo?
Mijorado?
Yeah.
Mijorado. And
Mijorado?
Mijorado, Mejorado. HBA. It's like I know it's Mexican. And then
Ish is on the chat, so Ish, you can chime in
yes,
on the chat if you
Ish.
want.
Yeah.
And the Viso 2020 for the filler. And
Hey, it.
where is Ish? We don't see the chat on our end, so we can.
I have it on my phone too, so I do this and then I do my phone. He
Gotcha.
says Mirado, Mirado. Okay, and
Miorato. Okay.
Ish, what, where is is that a Mexican leaf, as Heather
Yeah.
said? Anyway, while we're waiting for him to chime back in. Um, so okay, so we got a lazy uncle, and
Yeah.
that comes in what, Vitola?
It's going to be a Robusto 50 by 5.
Yeah. Same as what you're smoking
Yeah.
now.
Just like this, same format.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a story back behind that one too, if Ish is still on the chat, that it ended up with the bands called the Laze Uncale, I believe is what we called
Yeah.
it for like the past year or so, because there was
As the Uncali, I like
so
that.
it was like the Laze Uncale.
Yeah.
So that was a nice little spin to it, but
It was.
ultimately it's the lazy uncle that
Yeah.
that is the last one in the family of the Brothers Smokin Stogie brand
As of right now.
as of right now. But that gives us something from kind of how I equate to like a coffee shop where you've got your triple espressos would be like the strength and respect and the trust and loyalty, down to like your latte, which would be like your lazy uncle. So
Yeah.
there's something in the line for everybody.
Yeah.
Just to, depending on where you are in the realm of cigar
Yeah.
smoking.
So Ish says HBA Merado can be from any country, normally came from Cuba, and it was retouched on a lab. Now, I don't know if he means in a lab or on a dog or with Ish, you never know. You rolled it on the back of a dog or something. I don't know.
Hey, whatever works.
The Labrador.
He said the one in the lazy uncles from the Dominican. That's all we really needed.
Okay.
But he gave us education. So this is a
Yes, he
lead
does.
I'm not familiar. This is, I'm not familiar with this. So thank you, and thank you, Ish, for educating the public once again.
If you want to know, he's the man to learn it from. I can tell you that.
Well, I was going to put you on the spot now because you've been working with Ish since you started.
Yes.
Okay. How is it working with Ish and blends? Do you give him free reign or do you interject? Do you guys argue?
Hold on.
So honestly, it's kind of a mix of both. Like I would go to him and tell him what I'm looking for. When I break down the tones that I want, when I break down the experience I want the smoker to experience. So, and he's a mad scientist, so he can make it happen. And when the blends are ready and I go to test and I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what was in my mind. And then there are other times where, like with the Lazy Uncle, I told him I want just a plain cigar that's good. And what he put together was phenomenal, so
it's not plain and it's
good. But here's the thing, Ish can't do plain.
Yeah.
So for
He
Ish,
did the best he could with a plain.
for Ish, that's plain. So, so with the Lazy Uncle, yeah, it was like, this is what I want. I trust you. So, yeah.
Now, you've been down to the Dominican, to the factory?
Not yet, because he keeps forgetting to let me know when he's going so we can go.
I would love to get the feedback from people that have gone to the factory and actually talk about some of the experiences of smoking some fumas of what he's got.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you hear, I know he has some really exotic tobaccos.
Yes.
From all around the world that he gets his hands on.
Yeah.
And that would just be a fun day, just smoking a fuma of this and a fuma of that. Things we've never
on the list to go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He just hasn't.
Tells us last minute.
I know, he tells us like I'm
When he
going
gets
tomorrow.
I mean, you have nothing to do. You're a lazy uncle. You just,
I know we're just gonna have to go down there by ourselves.
I mean, you could take. I mean, is your primary job teaching or is it?
Right now, it's teaching, and I do a little bit of advising for smaller businesses, but
Okay.
mostly teaching right now.
There's a certain amount of flexibility in your
Yeah.
schedule.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh yeah.
take a long weekend down in the Dominican.
Yeah. We've actually been talking about when and
Yeah.
having this conversation now, we probably need to actually
Yeah.
put a date on it for ourselves. Since somebody won't let us know when they're
We
going.
just put the date.
He says, "I don't even know when I go."
So it's kind of hard to, yeah, that is true. That is a true
Yeah,
statement.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's fair. So yeah, but we both need to burn some vacation time. So
Yeah.
we may just go ahead and
It
count.
sounds like there's got to be a plan.
Yeah.
It does. For us, it does because we're used to just working. We don't know how
Maybe I
not to work.
Maybe I should jump on that train too and say, "Ish, come on, let's do it."
Let's
Yes.
do it.
You know what? Yes.
Yes.
And we could say you got to bring some of the other folks down too. Maybe haven't been there. Get
Yeah.
them to come.
That would be
Get
a trip.
get
Let's
Bobby
go.
and Lou come
Yes.
down.
I like that.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, we got to make
Set
that
that up.
happen. We're gonna talk about that, Ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that field trip.
You saw the videos we did at the Angry Beaver event
Yeah.
when we were feeding each other.
Yeah.
They are getting they are getting some traction.
They are. They are.
I mean,
And a good
30
smoke too.
second reel, huh?
And their cigars are good smokes.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. I mean,
Yeah.
all of this stuff is he says anytime. Okay.
All
Ish,
right.
Anytime.
not anytime, it's your time filtered into our time. Now I have all the time to do what I want to do. I just got to choose what I want to do. You
Right.
might have a little more of a plan to put in place. And
Yeah.
Ish, well, I don't know, Ish. You got to figure it out. Ish needs to set up a TPA event in a DR. Why don't you just have a TPA meeting in a DR?
I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. We kind of make it a vacation. We all go to the
Everybody
DR.
go.
Kind of a good place for the rest of us to meet who haven't met in person. We get to go to the factory.
yeah.
We enjoy the Dominican Republic, and we got a story to tell.
Yeah, we go down. That's perfect. You go to the factory, go look at fields or whatever, and then you take an extra day or two and we go over to the beach.
Yes.
We move ourselves over to the other side of the island
Yep.
and enjoy a little vacation time.
Definitely.
And
like
Ish
the
will
plan.
cover everything, right? Ish covers everything.
Sold. That plan is the best one. Let's do it.
Yes.
Although I will say most of the ones that I do know from the DR that I've been down there for, you get your airfare, they take care of the hotel for
Right.
these events sometimes because the hotels aren't expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. We can make it happen. We can make it happen.
Certainly make it happen. We just need to get a big crew, rent a bus,
Yeah.
and just have fun. I
Yeah.
love going down there.
Yeah. I like it. We got to make it happen.
Let's give our coupon code, our promo code.
Oh, yes.
729.
Yeah, you were saying earlier that you have a special promo code to be used on. Now, this is on your site, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so let me just do something here real quick so everybody
Okay.
knows. So I'm gonna share this for 1 second. All right. So if you go to bsscigars.com,
Yes.
and once you log in, it's going to take you to Shop All Cigars, and here where you could find the different cigars to shop. And if you were to pick any one of these, and you were to say add to a cart and continue shopping, nope, add to cart with my cart. Okay, let's just add to cart. Okay, 88.
Oh, now he added
Proceed
more
to
to
check.
the cart.
Now, if you proceed to checkout,
Mhm.
there's a coupon right here. That's what you're talking about, right?
Correct.
Okay, what is that coupon though?
Jimmie 15,
Jimmie with an IE or a Y?
IE.
Okay, so everybody, if you want, that's going to give you 15% off.
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So if you go to the BSS site from now to the end of the month, and you put in Jimmie 15, that's Jimmie 15, the number 15, okay? You'll get 15% off your orders, okay,
Yep.
Correct.
on that site at the end of the month. So now's your chance to go
Yeah.
pick up some BSS cigars.
You won't go wrong.
Oh, not really.
It's going. It's going.
Going.
So we do have some new ideas in the works. So, by the end of this year, we will have another face out for people to enjoy.
By the end of the year,
By the end of the year, yeah.
you're gonna have that in time for the Ybor Festival.
For the Ybor Festival. Got to talk to Ish about that.
Yeah, I got to talk to Ish about that. So we're going to probably go ahead and get everything done. So for the events in December, it can be ready to go.
Yeah, that would be good because that would be at the time. And are you gonna go to PCA?
No, we won't be going to PCA this year.
Okay. All right. So that would be like I would think one of your main things to do is
Yeah.
the Heritage Festival.
Mhm.
The Heritage
Have something
Festival-
new.
Yeah, I mean that's such a great event. I mean, not only do you get to experience so many different other brands out there, the camaraderie and I mean, you're talking about thousands of people out there. It's phenomenal. Love it. It's
Especially
worth
now
it.
it's going back to normal.
Yeah.
Had a
Yes.
glitch, but we're back to normal.
Yes, that
But
was
it's
a
a lot of
massive
fun
but
to just
it's-
walk around,
Mhm.
open air. You can bring your dog if you want.
Mhm.
Mhm.
We go out afterwards. We hit the local cigar shops. People
Yeah.
have lots of fun, and it's in December, right? So
This year's going to be December 7th.
December 7th
On her
my
birthday.
Bring gifts.
oh, that's your birthday.
It's had me working on my birthday every year since we started this because that's when the event is. So that's my birthday weekend. Bring gifts.
Yeah. And it's a great way for people who live up north. They want to get away from the winter. You fly down to Tampa, you come down to Ybor and enjoy the weather and the city. So it's a great time for people to even just fly down. Because like I said, we have customers that actually do fly in just to come see us, and that's such an honor, that they come looking for us, so it let us know that we're doing something right.
How many shops are you in now?
I want to say 7 right now.
Okay.
Like I said, when she was diagnosed with breast cancer, that year I just focused on her. So, we didn't really do a lot of pushing. So now we're getting back into the push of things.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw more online, direct to consumer
Yeah.
and at events.
I mean, our end game is to one day be able to only push out to lounges and our website turns more into where to find our cigars over this is where you buy them. So our push is just to get it our sticks into as many lounges as possible and to give an opportunity for it to just reach everybody.
Right. And your average price on your cigars now about what?
$12.
$12. We keep it simple.
$12.
Yeah.
So in the right price point, keep holding it there because
Mhm.
that's a sweet spot today.
It is.
You get any higher, you start competing with things that people are like, no, I'm happy with this, and why am I gonna throw my hard-earned money at something I don't know about?
Right.
So it's an opportunity
That's when
to
we
try.
hold them down, make them smoke it, and change their minds.
There you go.
We have had people at events come and buy one and then come back and buy a bundle because they can't buy them where they're at.
Yeah.
So they have done that, or they bring a buddy and split them.
Yeah.
So where are your current retailers located?
We have
Indiana,
we have Atlanta, we have
Valrico down here.
Yeah, we have 3 in Florida.
Yes.
3 in Florida.
Where's the mobile lounge in not in
Oh
Indiana?
no. Is it Tennessee?
Tennessee? No.
No, Michigan. Yeah.
They got a mobile. Oh, which one are you up in Michigan? With
It's a mobile lounge.
City Life, or what's it called?
No,
It's
City Life.
I'm trying to remember. And just
Trying
for
to
the
remember
you
if I
know,
had one of them on my show when I do the mobile lounge show.
Yeah, not City Life.
yeah, I know of City Life, but it's not them. And I want to apologize to the audience because I've been suffering from insomnia for a while now, so my brain moves really slow. So, when you don't sleep and you got to try to
Good
act like you're
excuse.
not.
That's a good excuse. It's okay to be slow. You get old, you get a little slower. Trust me. It just
Yeah.
life just gets
It
better, and you just
to me
start
the other
ignoring
day.
the noise
It
around
was
you.
so bizarre. And I'm like, what? And you're like, I haven't slept. Do you remember what it was?
No, I don't. But I
It
said
was,
something to her,
it
and
was
she looked at
crazy.
me,
And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And he's
and I was
like,
like, I
I
haven't
haven't
slept in three
slept.
days.
He's like, I haven't slept. I'm like, okay.
My wife says that she doesn't even know how I operate because she goes to sleep early around 10 o'clock at night. She gets up early in the morning
I
for
do too. Yeah.
she does Pilates instruction.
Oh, I don't do
And
that.
I go to bed at I go to bed at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm up on Zooms, I'm
Yeah.
talking to people, and next thing you know,
And
it's or I'm done with the
o'clock
Zoom.
is my bedtime.
Hmm.
I get up at
I
five.
start watching TV and I'm turning
Yeah.
on some shows, old movies, whatever. And next thing you know, it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I crawl into bed.
I'm
She
still
gets
jealous.
up.
At least you can get to bed at 2 a.m.
Yeah, but then I get up at the dog wakes me up. Even if she goes to work, the dog wakes me up at 8 o'clock. So it's like I get like 5 hours of sleep if I'm lucky. And I'm not knocked out at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm twisting and turning for a while. I'm not insomniac, but it
Right.
takes me a while to shut down because my brain is just
Yeah.
bouncing all over the map.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I thought it would slow down when I retire, but because I don't have work to think about, but
We
I
do
have
have
other thoughts in
the
my head that
results
I
with magnesium though for
Yeah.
sleep.
Try
So
magnesium.
little bit better with magnesium.
Yeah.
okay.
So that might help. Less melatonin because less is more with melatonin
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
magnesium.
Then you'll be,
I
yeah.
don't do the melatonin. I haven't tried magnesium. So you take it before you go to bed or
Yeah.
during the day?
Before you go to bed.
Before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little magnesium and anything to help because so my wife hits the pillow. She's like, I don't know how she does it. And just lays down and she's already starting the snoring moment. I mean,
Hmm.
she's cold the minute she
Yeah.
hits it. It's got to be a female thing.
I know I'm like my eyes, I can't keep my eyes open. Or we'll watch, I'm like, yes, let's binge it. And I'll fall asleep and then I'll be like, what? No, he
Yeah.
did not.
She'll just
And
wake
he'll
up
be
going,
like,
oh my God. I'm
he's
like,
like, you weren't
stop
even
it.
watching it. I was trying, he laughs at me with that one commercial because the ladies are on the couch and
Yeah.
the one falls asleep and she's trying to pretend like she watched the whole thing. That's what I do
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, I'll fall asleep.
What have you been watching lately?
Ooh, we watch a lot of true crime
Yeah. A
stuff, a
lot.
lot of YouTube, like the true crime
Yeah.
murders.
I'm really into the whole true crime. We just call it murder porn.
Yeah,
And
lots of murder porn.
she takes notes.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, I talk about how they could have done it better.
That's why I don't have life
What
insurance.
they should have done that you know of. What they should have done and what they didn't do. And like a lot of court TV. I'm all
But
about
here's the
court
funny
TV.
thing.
oh,
So
hold on a second. Let me just get a personal characteristic. So Heather, what do you do for a living?
I work in HR. I do HR, so I have a master's degree in HR, master's in business admin, and then an associate degree in court reporting. But yeah, I do a lot of data analyst stuff too. But the court reporting is what really reeled me into all the stuff.
Got it.
And then from there, yeah, I
Yeah.
like the true crime stuff.
Mm.
So yeah, little
Yeah.
of everything.
And here's the funny
I
thing.
forgot I teach management and leadership courses.
Yeah, she's a professor as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So yeah, we're busy.
So yeah, because like when we first met, because we've been together like over 15 years now, and I didn't realize that she was actually picking up the things that when I would explain to her what to look for when somebody's lying, if somebody's this, somebody's that, because I'm also trained in handwriting analysis. So she would bring me people from work, and I'm telling them about the person, if, they could be trusted, if not, if they're honest, whatever. So we're sitting there watching TV, and she goes, "Oh my God, he just lied." And I went, "You saw that?" She goes, "Yeah." And I smiled because I'm like, after all these years, she was actually picking up the things
I
that I
do
was teaching her.
listen.
Yeah, she does. So, so she's gotten pretty good. I'm a good teacher.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, you got to watch this. You got to watch this one. Look at this clip. Because right there, he swallowed real hard right there. He is lying.
But I've learned how
So,
to put it off.
so I should give you a handwriting sample of mine.
Ooh.
Oh, here's the rules. I don't read handwriting samples of the person giving it to me anymore. I don't do that anymore because I'm telling you right now, and I'm telling the audience, I can read everything about a person just from their handwriting. So give me somebody that I don't know.
Or don't
So,
say it's yours when you give it.
what's a characteristic? So what's it? What are some characteristics of handwriting that you key in on? Like, is it how they swirl, how they
It kind
cross
of
I, cross T's,
the spacing, how they drop their letters, not just the spacing between words, but the spacing between letters have a certain significance. Where you cross your T's, how you dot your I's. There's a lot to read into it, and it's 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 almost like the way I describe it to people, like a heart monitor. When you're writing, your brain is actually just relaying.
uh,
So I can even tell if while you were writing, if somebody interrupted you or you got, but I can tell the difference from you being interrupted or you had basically a distraction in your brain. I can tell a lot of things about people, you know what I mean? So I've learned, and I learned it in the military. So they taught me how to read handwriting without reading what it is, because things would come through. So I just had to learn how to read the writing and not the message, if that makes sense.
And
does
I
it
think like,
matter if does it matter the language it's written in?
No, no, it could be
Does
written
it
in any
matter if it's script or print?
script is way better, but I can read script in print.
Okay.
yeah, I had a colleague that had a really, really unique signature. I thought it was, I'd never seen one like it.
Mm.
So I brought it, I was like, hey, can you look at this for me? Because we had a decent conversation that day. And I was just curious, because she told me a lot of stuff. And I brought it
I know what you mean.
and I'm like, hey, take a look at this. Tell me what's going on. And he broke down the whole conversation that we had because he was like, oh, she's conflicted. There's something going on in her relationship. She's working too much. She's going to need to make a choice. She had told me her husband's upset with her because she spends too much time working and that she needs to decide
Yeah.
if she's going to cut back her hours or
Is that
if,
also the one where I said she doesn't love her husband, but she likes him?
no, that was a different one.
Okay.
That was a different one.
All
But
right. I'm going to show you something. All right.
Okay.
All right. This is how I sign my name. All right.
Okay.
Um, this evolved over many years
Of course.
because it got to the point when I was working, I was a project leader. I had like 100 time cards to sign on a Friday.
Right.
And it was just taking me too damn long to write this, just do it. So it became morphed down and shortened real quick. So my name
Okay.
is James Robert Vita, Vita.
Okay.
So I would just do the J, and then there's an R and a V.
Okay.
That's what it looks like.
All right.
So you
If
see
I
the
okay.
J. So this is the J.
Right.
This is the R morphed into the V, and
Right.
there's a crossing in there.
Okay. There's a few things that I see. I don't know if you want me to say it online.
Hey,
Okay. First of
hey,
all right.
I'm an old man. I don't care.
All right. So you, it's okay, babe. Our birds are out here with us.
I don't
Um,
hear.
okay, okay, good. So one thing that I saw is in the handwriting, if I was to look at that and not see it, I would sit there and say that number one, the person a little manic in the sense of all over the place, right? I would see a consistency in your confidence with you, who you are. It doesn't mean that you're confident, but in your own mind, you see yourself as confident. I also see, you still have a really good sex drive going on. And so with just a signature, and it shows that you can actually be trusted because there's some signatures I can look at and I can tell a person that's a person that you can't actually trust. Your handwriting, your signature doesn't show that. Now, of course, if you had like 2 or 3 more lines, oh, I can tell you a whole lot more.
Oh yeah, I was just going straight off a signature because I know when you look at signatures, like you said, sometimes you look at signatures and they do it way too fancy,
Right.
and it's like, what are you trying to prove?
Right. Yeah. And
Right?
you can tell, we can tell people, handwriting analysts can tell when you're trying from your actual flow because, yeah, people want to get fancy with their handwriting. There's no need.
Ishmael says a signature alone can tell lots.
Mm-hmm.
All
Oh,
right, now you'll seen it. There it is.
yeah.
The
It's all out
mess.
there now.
I am all over the place at times. Yes, I
Yeah.
can. And that's my sleep problem, right?
Right.
Because
Yep.
my brain fires on all different topics, and I'm like a
Yeah.
dog with a squirrel, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ah, let me check this out.
Uh-huh.
I was when I was young, we never analyzed ADHD and all of that, but there's a possibility I'm ADHD at some level. I don't know. I can't say it. Never been diagnosed with it.
Right.
But when you think of the symptoms, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get I can't read a novel.
Okay.
I just cannot sit back. I could read short stories.
Right.
You give me 20 pages and I'll read 20 pages.
Right.
But I'm not reading a novel. Okay. Even though I can read it in 20-page sections, I
Right.
get to the point where it's like, okay, all right, this is enough. Can I go to the end? Let me see what happens. That's all.
You gotta skip. Yeah, I was recently diagnosed with ADHD. So I'm like, oh, that explains so much of my life.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, I'm gonna go get some water. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I gotta go mow the lawn. I gotta take out the trash. I gotta check. He's like, I thought you were just gonna go get water. I was like, yeah, but when I got water, I had to empty the dishwasher and then I made dinner and then and he's like, well, did you get the water? I'm like, oh yeah, no, didn't get that far. I did everything else.
Yep, yep.
Like, so I went and got tested.
That's my baby.
And they were like, oh yeah, you explains so much.
Because let me tell you, the last person that I read their handwriting was a boss of mine. And I told her, I said, listen, you don't want, she goes, no, no, no. Whatever you tell me, we're good. So long story short, when I finished looking at it, I walked in her office and I said, you want me to read it to you? I mean, break this down to you. She goes, yeah, I'm going to have to close the door. She goes, okay. So I closed the door. And at the end of it, she's sitting there crying, going, I know, that's me. I got to work on this. And I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. Because yeah.
Yeah, some people they want to know, but then they don't want to know.
Yeah.
What you picked up is I know me.
Right.
Mhm.
You're correct in what you said.
Right.
I do put off an air of confidence. You kind of had to when I was in the engineering world, you have to be confident. You have to, you're leading engineers, you have to be confident in what's going on.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't fully, you have to be confident and put the faith in the team that they're going to do the right thing and just pick your battle very carefully because nobody wants to be told they're wrong or that there's a better way. They may be sensitive to that. So, so you go, this is good, and then I got to go sell it and say,
right.
Okay, we got a great solution. Here it is. And you stand in front of audiences and, I groomed through the years that way.
Right. Right.
As I get, even in the cigar world, we learn every day,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's not a day that goes by you're not learning something new
Yeah.
about cigars. Like today, we learned about a new leaf.
Mhm.
All right. So you're always learning, but there is also the confidence that says, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because
And
if
if
you don't know what you're
can
doing, you
pivot
probably
that
shouldn't.
into the TPA.
Yeah.
Because with the TPA, that I think is a lot of the premise of it too, where we have consumers, brands, lounges, people that
Factory.
do accessory
Yeah.
manufacturers that all bring something to
Mm.
the table and an experience that they can share. So somebody might excel, like you excel with IO psychology on like how to read people and know when somebody is, yes, I want to buy your product, or I have no chance in
Yeah.
getting this person to buy my product. So let's not waste time. Or somebody who knows, maybe Instagram and AI was a topic that
Yeah.
we covered, or something of that nature. So we can all bring our talents to the pool and help each other succeed in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of what we've gotten from
Oh, yeah.
the TPA experience as
Definitely.
well. So
Definitely.
it's a good group. And
We're looking forward to seeing where it's going to
now
be.
that, yeah, right. So not only are we selling us, but if we go, oh, you know what? I know a brand that would fit great for you. Let's
Yeah.
talk about insert TPA member
Yeah.
here. And we can help each other as we're out there trying to grow our brands.
Yeah.
So if you want to follow, so I don't know if you follow John or Jonathan Lipson.
No.
Okay, so Jonathan Lipson calls himself now the Cigar Prophet, and he's doing a
Okay.
lot of consulting work with cigar industry in the industry, helping him understand and navigate this crazy industry that we're in. He started the couple of weeks back. He started putting together. I guess he did some AI generated cartoons or whatever, but about the cigar industry. So, from a psychological perspective and marketing, I just want to share one of them for you.
Okay.
He's hilarious when he puts these out. So, this is one of it. This is the latest one he put out, talking about emerging markets, focus group results. 7 out of 10 monkeys prefer premium cigars over bananas. What does that tell us about the target market? It means we can replace our entire sales force with zookeepers.
I like that.
So if you follow, he has two. He has a John Lipson and a Jonathan Lipson. You go to the John Lipson one, and he
Okay.
puts these out like almost every day now. And
Okay. I
it's
need
like
to follow him.
you just need to create a whole nother page just for your cartoons, because
Wow.
he's really hitting it. And it's like when you look at that, you kind of scratch your head. If you're in the business, you're kind of like, yeah, what are they really doing behind the scenes? And when you're a small company, especially, you may
Yeah.
have yourself or just a couple people on hand. What kind of what are you
Yeah.
doing? What are you looking for? What
Because
are
here's
you?
the thing, like, going back to the TPA, when we first started it, because like I said, at the core, every business is the same, only at the core. And, being a consultant, even years back for businesses, I always pride myself on being able to learn a culture and then help the business improve. Well, when we got into it, because as a cigar smoker, I knew what I liked. I go get it, I smoke it, I'm happy. So once we decided to get into the business, it was now time to understand from a lounge perspective, from a factory perspective, from a consumer perspective. But here's the thing. If you have 1,000 people in the room, you have 1,000 different smoke cultures. So we all come together due to the leaf. But I think the TPA is a great place to actually solidify a cigar culture, something that people can come together with and go, okay, here's where we're learning new things. We can establish more of why you do this or why it's better to do that. There's so many different viewpoints that people have taken as this is fact, this is what it is, can't change it. Okay, so you go to somebody, to their counterpart, and they're like, oh no, we don't like any of that. We like this, this, and this. So I think with the TPA allowing anybody to be a member allows us all to kind of understand where we each come from.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, it's like a husband and wife. You were one complete different person. Your wife was another complete different person. When you guys came together, you both evolve differently. And I think that's what the TPA is going to end up doing for all of us.
I evolved to not ask questions too much anymore.
Yes,
But
yes,
it's
yeah,
like she's right. She's smarter than I am. I'll admit that.
yeah.
Better, far better cook than I'll ever be. So
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
even
Yeah.
I don't go do kitchen. I'm the cleanup guy. She, she could make
Let me tell you.
Oh, the sandwich.
Oh yeah, let
she
me
can
tell you.
make she can make a sandwich and I'll have five things I have to clean,
Right.
okay, making that sandwich, right? So the mess that gets made is just huge. It's like, she has to use this cutting board for this to cut the bread. I was like, cut it on the freaking plate. I
I
gotta
don't
watch, gotta
understand.
clean the cutting board.
Trying to have him make his own sandwich. I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. You got your bread, lettuce, tomato, whatever, meat, whatever you're gonna put in there. Here,
You
boom.
gotta cut the crust off, right?
This is how you make it. And same ingredients, and I've used this with cigars too,
Mhm.
like same ingredients, but that sandwich he made,
Was horrible.
it was a horrible sandwich. I was like, yeah, you're not making your own sandwiches anymore. So it's the I think the way that it's put together, even though you can use the same ingredients, the same
Right.
the way that you put it together, the order that you put it together
Yeah.
could change
And
everything.
that's another reason why we feel blessed to have met Ish, because he understands that science. And it's,
You don't even know if he's still on yet. You just
oh yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
He actually says you don't have ADHD, you have the ish syndrome.
Yeah, but Ish cannot make, I think you were going with, Ish can't make a bad sandwich.
Yeah.
His cigars are a thing. We are blessed to
He
be
gives you
able
he
to
gives you what you
let
ask
him-
for.
Yeah.
So be careful what you ask, because he will give you exactly what you ask for. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. And the one of the things that you do the bands with him too.
Yes.
Yeah, because somebody once mentioned there was a cigar, won't mention the name of the cigar, but somebody told me, oh, that's got to be made by Ish. I said, how do you know that? He goes, look at the band. Because the bands use the same type of paper and it's thinner. It's a
Mm,
thinner, almost foiled paper,
right.
and it is almost a signature of an Ish product.
Hmm.
I think that
Yeah.
green's a signature green too. We'll talk about that with Ish later.
The
He knows that's aqua. You know that's aqua.
good thing is I'm colorblind, because when I saw them, I was like, boom, boom, boom. And Heather's like, what is that? I'm like, it's the Unity and Kinship. That's not the green. And I'm like,
It's
I'm
aqua.
colorblind.
Blues, greens, he doesn't know the difference.
Got to remind Ish that women are better at color and use than any man can be. That's
So
why that's why they're used to sort the leaf.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
But
just natural thing. They're better at that for some reason. I don't know why.
yeah.
Maybe you could tell us.
I ADHD. I couldn't tell you why. It's
The name of the show today. Now, when you smoke your cigars, do
Mhm.
you um do you have specific pairings in mind with your different blends, or do you personally just like whatever you like, or when you build that cigar with him, you go, this is going to go great with this.
Well, that's the thing. When I designed the cigars and I'm sitting here talking with Ish, one of the things that I always say is I wanted to make sure with everything that I'm looking for that it compare with anything. We actually have another customer who they send me texts and messages, I mean, emails all the time with, I'm trying to find something that your cigars don't
doesn't pair with.
pair with.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you smoked our Esprit de Decor, correct?
Yeah, that's the one I just reviewed.
Yes.
Blue band, yeah.
So I don't know if you notice how it kind of allows you to enjoy whatever you're drinking while you're smoking, and the two don't mix. Because one of the things that we always talk about when people talk about blending cigars, there are some people who really don't want that. It's just there was no other option. So in creating, in designing the Esprit de Corps, once again, we got the mad scientist who was able to put together those leaves in such a way where it's almost like a palate cleanser, on the tongue for somebody who's drinking and smoking. So yeah, you can pretty much, and I do test it with everything, and it pairs well with pretty much everything so far.
Yeah, because that is spirit de corps. I just read off the notes that I got. So
Okay.
right off the first light, I was getting a berry note.
Okay.
Just all right. And then the pepper kind of hit hard, right? So I got this pepper, it's berry, and then the pepper hit hard, and then I got some dry leather, which kind of rounded out that early burn, right? So I got berry, pepper, dry leather. As it get moving close into the second, third, the earthy notes started coming through. All right. And then there was a hint of dried fruit,
Right.
and a continued spice, but not overwhelming.
Right.
Then as it got midway, it kind of did a little morph, which I like, the journey, right?
Right.
It gave me a sweet, nutty oak. All right. And then the only thing I would say about that cigar is it kind of stayed like that. There wasn't much development past the midway. It kind of, the oak and the spice continued all the way down to the end. And it was but you did get a lingering nut finish on it.
Right. Okay.
So with all of that said, pairing that, I would go with more of like a Highland malt.
Okay.
Okay, I think would go well with that. I wouldn't be putting
yeah.
Islay Scotch. I think it would be overbearing.
Okay.
Right. A bourbon probably works fine.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love it with a good bourbon.
A cordial would go very well with that.
Okay. Okay.
Like I would I would drink like an amaretto.
Yes.
Just dip on an amaretto with that cigar.
Yeah.
Because of the nut and the things coming in.
Yeah, they would pair well together, definitely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
A lot of smoke coming out of this.
What I love. That's what I love.
A lot of volume in this. And look, we're still at the hour mark, and it's still got a little more to go. So there's probably an hour and 15 minutes smoke easily.
Yeah, because
it's a little looser draw than what I normally like.
Okay.
I like slightly, I don't like tight, but I like it to, for me, Robustos, I can usually get hour 20, hour 30 out of Robusto normally.
Okay.
If it's got a little tighter draw. The looser draw, of course, you're just gonna, speed that up a little bit. But you're gonna get you get a whole lot more volume.
Yeah, and I'm a fast smoker, so I always add probably about 20 minutes to what I can smoke because I can get through it. Unless I'm in a deep conversation. If I'm in a good conversation, like the torpedo I just smoked, it took me the hour because we're having good conversation. We're just boom, but yeah, I'm a fast smoker other than that.
And this I've actually paired with this is this is Starbucks cinnamon coffee grind. All right. So it's got a cinnamon infusion, and that's going very well with this.
Good, good.
Because it's coating the palate with a little bit of that cinnamon coffee note.
Right.
This is just adding to it. It's complementing very nicely.
Nice, nice. I'm glad you're enjoying. That makes us happy.
So what is when you do a shop event, what is a typical Brothers Smokin Stogies shop event like? What do you normally do besides just stand there and show you cigars?
Well, we do keep it kind of simple. I mean, we like to actually interact with people. We want them to ask questions. The first thing I always ask is not, what kind of cigar you like, or the first thing I ask them is, what do you like in a cigar, out of a cigar? And that opens up a lot of conversation to kind of talk about the brands, to be able to break down not just the cigars, but what the cigars represent. I mean, they're named not just after, attributes of brother and sisterhood, but they're named after the cigar themselves, you know. So we try to have that one-to-one conversation when we're there.
Okay. Do you do raffles?
No, we've been thinking about that. Actually, she came up with that idea not too long ago, doing a raffle. So we're thinking about implementing that, you know, in the near future.
What do you have for swag?
Oh, we have T-shirts, we have lighters with the logo on it.
The typical sticker magnet.
Yeah, stickers, magnets. You know, we always make sure we bring them out to the events or wherever we go.
Cutters. Yeah,
The cutters.
Like we don't go crazy with the swag. But we got like the basics.
People love our lighters. We have like
the lighters,
3 different lighters types, and like this is one of them where I don't know if we can get it in there.
There you go.
Yeah. So on one side is the logo, and then on the other side, it's our motto, which is one for your brother, what you want for yourself. So, and people love it.
It's got the punch on
it has a punch. But we have several different lighters that people love, and they love our T-shirts. We have people that come back and try to, whenever we change the style of our T-shirts, people come back and they want more of those. So, and we're thinking about getting into hats. We definitely need to do patches. We have not done patches yet.
Not done patches.
People love patches. I got a drawer full of them, but I have a drawer full of patches, coins. I've got a Tupperware full of hats.
Okay.
I have T-shirts that just fill a whole drawer in my bedroom in a dresser. And my wife just keeps telling me, "What do you do?" I said, "Leave my T-shirts alone."
Right.
Well, this has got a burn hole in it. I said, "That's fine, because I'm going to sit here and smoke it. I'm going to put another hole in it." Right?
It's
It happens. It's
right?
my smoking gear. I'm sorry.
There you go.
We all need that. But I think that lighter would be an awesome raffle.
Yeah.
At an event. You don't do ashtrays?
We're actually getting ready to get into ashtrays because when we go to the event, we bring this one special ashtray out so our customers can smoke if they're right there, talk, whatever. And everybody comes up. They always want to buy it. So we decided we're going to start selling ashtrays, specifically this one, because people love it. And so we're definitely getting into that.
Okay. Is it something special, the ashtray? Is it unique?
It's a nice, heavy,
It's a nice,
ashtray.
it's
but
probably about like this big for 3 cigars, very heavy, very sturdy. You're not knocking it off the table. So
Ceramic?
Metal.
Metal. Okay.
Yeah. So
Because this is the ashtray. This ashtray, I'll show you this one. So I've had this for about 3 years now.
be good, babies. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Nice.
And there's a guy I met at PCA. I did a whole review on it for him. And I've been using this religiously. I clean it now and then. It kind of keeps its look, but it's, I got to find a better cleaning solution to get some of the ash stuff off of it.
Right.
But that logo has been holding true to the color for 3 years now. And that's my everyday on my desk ashtray every day.
Right.
That's stuff dropped in it.
Okay.
And it's held up. And he does it's all made here in America. He machines these all himself. Does it all. Things right here.
Okay. Yeah, so we're definitely branching out. We're kind of sitting back. Like I said, we had that year off, and we're kind of revisiting ideas that we had so we can go ahead and start just marketing ourselves a little bit more, a little bit quicker. Right now we're also helping our son start a business. He's about to start a tech business. And so we're making sure we're there for him as well. So we're busy, but we're always rocking it.
So do you have a goal now in front of you over the next 2 years, 3 years on opening shops, hitting regions? You have a region you're looking to focus on?
We want to definitely make sure we want to cover from Florida to Texas in the next couple of years and kind of make our way up the East Coast, So that's our market right now for the next 2 years.
Okay. Now you said you have a shop in Atlanta?
Yeah.
So the Atlanta market's a good market to
It is.
expand in. It's
It is.
got more shops than you can dream of.
Yeah. So we just want to go out there and start. We've been talking about just going out there and just meeting them in person, talking to people, dropping cigars, and then just getting it done.
It's what you got to do. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
know. Eventually you'll get a couple of hits and follow ups and expand the brand, and before you know it, people start picking up. Because I do know that, like, when you deal with some of the my brethren in the media, a lot of them don't touch stuff that I touch.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
because they want to know you're in X number of shops and blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
It's
you know
like
what?
the what is it, like the whole circle thing where, like, you can't get in X number of shops if people don't put you there, but you can't get into a shop unless you're in X number of shops. So you're in, like,
Yeah.
it's like the
And
whole
that's
get the job and
that's
you
why I always
get the
feel that
experience until you get the job. So
Exactly.
one of the jobs I always felt in media world, because we're all in this together.
Yes.
This is, in the end, we're all in this together. And in the media world, it's about promoting the cigar culture. Okay, first and foremost.
Right.
And I always tell people, you're not going to see bad cigars on Stogie Press because I'm not going to talk about bad cigars.
Right.
Okay, I ain't gonna waste my time, right?
Good.
But I think if more people would take a focus and allow, even if they just want to do small company, boutique, whatever you want to call it, section on their site, and just review those, knowing that they're not in a lot of shops,
Right.
but they could move a needle. Okay.
Yeah.
I know personally, I have moved needles of small companies because they've told me that when a review came out, suddenly they started getting orders coming in. I had one guy at IPCPCR years ago. I reviewed his cigar. The next show I came back to, he gave me a whole box of cigars. He goes, "You do not believe when that review came out, how many cigars I sold."
Awesome.
wow.
Awesome.
And you kind of humble yourself with that. You're like, going, a guy like me, a little guy, can do that. Imagine if somebody like a Half Wheel really liked the cigar, right? Or even Coop, who probably has a little more reach than I do now. All right. He comes out with something and says it's good. People pay attention to this stuff.
Yeah.
And they look for them. Like, well, where do I get them? Well, we know we can get them on BSS, right? So they're available to order. And if you like them, talk to your local shop and say, "Hey, you ought to be bringing this in." Like, are you guys connected with His and Hers here in Cocoa Village?
Say that again. Our birds just yelled really loud. Say that again.
Are you getting into His and Hers here in Cocoa Village?
Yeah, we're going to be getting in there soon.
Yeah, that's a great shop to be
It
in.
is.
They carry a lot of small brands.
Yeah.
Definitely TPA stuff, without a doubt. They're all on board with it. They're part of the TPA.
Yep.
So they are
Great
bringing-
shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely should visit it. I mean, it's yeah, we felt at home when we got
Yeah,
there.
it was a
Yeah.
beautiful shop.
How
Yeah.
can you not? It feels like
I
sitting.
know.
It's like a luxurious living room you're sitting in.
Yeah,
Right?
it's really nice. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So going back to streaming shows and stuff, one of the shows, a friend of mine turned me on to a movie from back in, I guess, 2004. Yeah, you ever see the movie Ike Countdown to D-Day?
No.
Look that one up. You can
Okay.
get it on Amazon right now. It's like you can rent it for like $1.99.
Okay.
All right. It talks all about the lead up to D-Day
Okay.
and how Ike and Patton and Montgomery and Churchill and all of them, what they had to navigate through, the weather, how they were making the decision,
Right.
knowing that the original predictions on that were they were going to lose 70% of the soldiers.
Right. Right.
They only lost 20%. And even then, Ike was just kind of like, he didn't like that number either,
Yeah.
but he says, you got to do this,
Yeah.
for democracy. It's such a great movie. It's not overly long and it just
Okay.
moves very quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely check that out.
And of course, they did talk about the great. What I always love about the D-Day story is the patent fake army.
We
Yeah.
were just
Right.
talking about that yesterday.
All
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
The
I
paper
love that
mache
story.
tanks and trucks hanging out.
Yep. I love that story.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Rommel didn't know. He thought they were all over there. It was like
Yeah.
one of the brilliant
One of my
strategies.
favorite World War II stories. Yeah. Phenomenal.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
So how long did you serve?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
And in theater?
Yes. As a combat engineer, we got a lot of time in.
Okay. What theaters were you in?
We were first. It was Panama. Was in Bosnia. We did a little bit in Iraq before I left. So those are like maybe the three, Korea. Um, but those three were probably the biggest ones, and there was a few others here and there.
Okay. Well, thanks for the service. Appreciate it.
No worries. I would do it again.
I always tell
I don't sleep, but I would do it again.
I always tell people I didn't serve, but I definitely designed the weaponry that wins wars.
We thank you for that.
And I tell you, man, we had some crazy stuff we were doing back in Gulf War One, especially. I
Yeah.
mean, I just smile, like this whole Lovell stuff.
Mhm.
You know, Jim Lovell died, and everybody knows and endears this astronaut, and the whole lunar module story in Apollo 13.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing all this stuff coming up because it's that time. Facebook's
Right.
gonna with lunar module things, and I'm getting
Yeah.
all these feeds and people talking and commenting, and I had to get engaged with it because I worked at Grumman with the engineers. My seniors at the time when I started were the guys that designed the lunar module.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the stories that they would tell me are stories you don't even know about. They're not even in movies, but the things
Wow.
that we almost didn't make the landing on Apollo 11.
Really?
Because in Apollo 11, the lunar module had 3 navigation systems on it.
Okay.
It was a primary, a secondary, and what was called an abort guided system.
Right.
And the idea was they did not know what they were landing on. They didn't know if the soil on the moon could handle the weight, even though they did their best.
Hmm.
If that went sunk, there was a certain point that it would trigger an abort, and it would blow the top of the module off, and it would reconnect with the command module, and they would abort the mission.
Okay.
So when that came down in mission control, they were watching all the telemetry, and it's like primary guidance, secondary guidance landed, and then there was so many seconds that they had for it to settle, and if it didn't settle within those seconds, they would blow it.
Mm.
And the countdown was going 5, 4, 3. Okay, 2, hit, good, got it.
Oh.
What they did is they realized that the engineer, and was a very good friend of mine, right, and he never lived this down the rest of his life, the poor guy, till the day he died, I think, is he made a miscalculation, a small miscalculation in the math on that detection. And one more second, there would have been no moon landing.
Oh, wow.
None. It would have been
Wow.
out of here, And then,
Wow.
That's crazy. That's
you know,
crazy.
and there's also they told me the story once that on Apollo 11, everything was weight controlled, obviously, because
Right. Right.
it's a flying object and things, and you got to manage weight. They would manage weight down to every little part in this thing.
Right.
So they were able to, I guess, magically fudge the numbers slightly.
Hmm.
And there's a plaque, small aluminum plaque, that's in the wall of the module that's on the moon with the names of the engineers, scientists.
Oh.
That
Okay.
is not on a drawing.
Huh.
Oh,
It's
wow.
not on a release drawing.
Right. Oh, wow. Pretty
Manufacturing
cool.
guy slipped it in under the nose of
Right.
NASA and put it in there. So on the moon is this piece
Wow.
of
Wow.
machinery.
It's actually
That
pretty cool.
people that designed it to say, come on, we got to take some credit here.
That is cool.
Now, that could be lore for all I know. One will never know
Right?
unless we get there and take the damn thing apart.
Right.
But
Yeah,
that's what they told me, and they say, yeah, this is what we did, Jim.
Oh,
that's
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Wow.
All right, so we're well beyond our hour, going into hour 20. So I'm going to give you all the last word.
All right. Did you have anything you wanted to share?
All
Well,
of you.
first of all, I want to say thank you for having us. And we're looking forward to, getting an opportunity to get your viewers to try our cigars and definitely want, your feedback because we're always trying to improve. So, once again, we definitely thank you for having us on a second time.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, always.
Absolutely. And I'll be catching you again at the next event. Hopefully, I'll be
Yes.
over at Ybor City.
Absolutely.
And don't forget Jimmie, Jimmie, number 15 on the BSS site. Go there and you get 15% off from now to the end of the month. So if you want to pick up some BSS cigars, now's your chance to get a little discount on it.
Yeah.
And with that, this show is going to be a wrap. And I want to thank everybody who's been watching and thank our sponsors for without them, this show is always a little harder to do.